Hi, everybody. I'm reading another book today, and the name of it is Bialosky and the Big Parade Mystery. And you can't see it because you're looking at it backwards, but this book was Bradley's book, and it was given to him by Grandma and Grandpa for Christmas 1986, which Allison would have been under a year old. So, enjoy. Bialosky loved the Independence Day parade, even if the fireworks fizzled as they did last year. There was always plenty of Mrs. Elvira B. Buzz's honey nut muffins to eat. This year the parade was going to be even better because Bialosky was in the trumpet corps of the marching band. "It's time to practice," said Bialosky on the morning of the 4th of July. He searched around for his trumpet. "Oh, bumblebees, I can't find it." He can't find his trumpet. Hopefully he can. Just then Bialosky heard footsteps outside. "I hope it's Brownie," he thought. "He'll help me find my trumpet." Bialosky opened the door and saw a tall, thin man. He wore a dark suit and he carried a metal suitcase with a big lock on it. "He's a mighty strange-looking stranger," thought Bialosky. Moments later, Brownie arrived. He'd seen the stranger too. "I wonder what he's doing in our little town," said Brownie. "There's plenty to wonder about," Bialosky said. "I can't find my trumpet." "We have to find it," said Brownie. "You can't march without it." There's the stranger. And there is Brownie. Bialosky had been looking forward to wearing his tall, fancy band hat, but he put on his detective hat instead. It was time to solve a mystery. Brownie was looking out the window. "The stranger's heading downtown," he said. "Ah," declared Bialosky. "Let's follow him." "What about the trumpet?" said Brownie. "One mystery at a time," said Bialosky. So the bears followed the stranger. He's putting on his detective hat, and there they go down the street. "I've never seen a suitcase like that before," Brownie remarked. "Highly suspicious," said Bialosky. They watched the stranger walk up the steps of the town hall. "Maybe he's going to see the mayor," said Brownie. Bialosky nodded. "I'm sure we're on to something big." Sure enough, the stranger came out of town hall with Mayor Munch. Bialosky and Brownie followed them across the square to the Park Hotel. There he goes up the stairs. On the way, the two bears met their friend Susie. They told her about the stranger, and then they all went into the hotel. By now, Susie was suspicious too. "That's odd," she said. "The stranger brought his suitcase into the dining room. Most people leave their suitcase and packages in the check room." "We've got to find out what's going on," Bialosky said excitedly. "Let's disguise ourselves as waiters," Susie suggested. "Then we can listen in on the mayor and the stranger." Bialosky wasted no time. He spotted a laundry cart full of waiters' jackets, and he grabbed 3. One for Susie, one for Brownie, and one for Bialosky. "What should we do now?" asked Brownie, rolling up the sleeves on his jacket. "Watch the other waiters," said Susie. "Act just like them." "And be on the lookout for clues," added Bialosky, reluctantly removing his detective hat. Susie slipped in front of the busy waiter who was serving the mayor's table. I'll help you with that, she said, taking the water pitcher from him. She listened closely while she poured the water, but the mayor and the stranger were talking only about the menu. Susie hurried back to her friends. The label on the suitcase says cautious. Handle with care, she reported. That suitcase gets more suspicious by the minute, Bialosky declared. Meanwhile, Brownie served rolls and butter. Seconds later, Brownie returned. They were talking about explosives, he said. Not about the salmon, Susie asked. There's something fishy about this case, said Bialosky, and he rushed off to the mayor's table. There they are, helping feed. The mayor was saying, it's almost time for the parade. Just then, the real waiter handed Bialosky a tray full of dirty dishes. Take these to the kitchen right away, the waiter said. Bialosky hurried off. We've got to go, Bialosky told his friends. The parade is about to start. But we still don't know where your trumpet is, Brownie said. Your trumpet? Said Susie. In all the excitement about the stranger, Bialosky had forgotten to tell Susie about the missing trumpet. There's all the dirty dishes. I know, said Susie. You can take my flute. I'll run home and get it. But I don't know how to play a flute, said Bialosky. You can pretend, Brownie said. At least you'll get to wear your uniform and march. The thought of his uniform and his hat made Bialosky feel better. Okay, Susie, he said. We'll meet you at the parade. Back home, Bialosky changed into his uniform. What a handsome uniform, Brownie exclaimed. What a handsome bear, Bialosky added, admiring himself. And now for the crowning touch. Ooh, look at that uniform. All your parents wore band uniforms, too. When Bialosky lifted his band hat, he couldn't believe his eyes. There was his trumpet. He laughed, and Brownie joined in. It must have been there all the time, said Bialosky. At the parade ground, Brownie told Susie the good news about Bialosky's trumpet. Hooray! Susie cheered. Here, Brownie, take my flute so you can march too. Thanks, said Brownie, and he rushed over to join Bialosky and the marching band. There's the trumpet under the hat. It was a wonderful parade. Bialosky marched proudly in his tall band hat. Brownie followed him happily behind him, and Susie dropped her baton only once. Later, Mayor Munch made an announcement. Tonight's fireworks will be launched by a genius expert from the big city, he said. The stranger, Bialosky exclaimed. He felt just as he had when he lifted his band hat and found his trumpet. The fireworks must have been in his suitcase, Susie concluded. There they are, marching in the parade. And look who is the man with the fireworks. It's the stranger and his suitcase. Maybe next time we'll solve the case before it solves itself, Brownie teased. Then, with a loud crack, the sky was filled with colorful bursts of fireworks. Ooh, said Susie. Ah, said Brownie. Aha, said Bialosky. And there are the fireworks. Hope you enjoyed.